The views and opinions expressed by participants in the following public affairs program do not necessarily reflect the position or beliefs of WDEF or its staff.
This is Point of View, celebrating a world record-breaking 62 years of quality public affairs programs from the studios of WDEF News 12, Chattanooga.
I'm Nayetta Cancel, senior producer and host of Point of View. Is your home energy efficient? I don't know about mine, but here to tell us is Michael and Sam. How are you guys?
Doing great, thanks.
So Green Spaces, what is it?
Yeah, so we're a 501c3. We're the only nonprofit in Chattanooga with a mission to advance the sustainability of living, working, and building in Chattanooga and the surrounding region.
And you guys have a beautiful location on Main Street. What do you guys do in the actual facility?
Yeah, so our resource center is at 63 East Main in the South Side neighborhood. And from that location, you know, we run three really important programs that correspond to our mission. We have Empower Chattanooga, which helps families in low-income neighborhoods learn low-cost and no-cost ways to lower their electric bill. We have our Greenlight program, which is a green business certification for local businesses in Chattanooga. And we have our Next Gen Homes, which we just started construction on, which are a series of zero-energy homes in the North Shore neighborhood.
So you guys target what neighborhoods specifically?
So for our Empower Chattanooga program, Sam Fulbright is the coordinator for that. We look at East Chattanooga, Highland Park, and Eastlake, and the other neighborhoods around those.
And what do people do to be able to have greener homes or more energy-efficient homes?
Yeah, so I guess the reason that we focus our efforts for Empower Chattanooga in those neighborhoods is because they see such a high energy use. They use about 43% more energy per square foot to power their homes than the average Chattanooga home, and that's in the wintertime when it's at its kind of peak difference.
Is that compared to the rest of the nation?
That's just the city average.
Okay.
So those neighborhoods are using way more energy than the standard home in Chattanooga, and so and consequently the folks that can least afford a really high utility bill. So what we do in those homes is actually we have a whole checklist that you know, anybody can check out, but this is kind of what we lead all our programming with. It's all low cost and no cost things that folks can do. And then we also give them all these energy efficiency kind of tools. So really simple things like we have our hot water gauge that just teaches people to turn down their hot water heater. Most of them come factory set at 140 degrees, and you can set it down to 120 degrees. And it's pretty much the same. It runs the same. Simple things as setting back your thermostat a couple of degrees can save, you know, 5–10% on your utility bill each month. So, you know, it's kind of a mix of really simple upgrades, of really easy weatherization projects, and then a lot of behavioral actions that folks can take to save money.
The truth is that a lot of people will say money talks, right? And so if you're spending, let's say, $12 on a light bulb, you know, is it really going to be cost efficient? Because a lot of these green energy saving things are very expensive. So when somebody comes to you with that problem, what do you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, LEDs, you know, which we've started giving away in our energy workshops, are a really compelling product. I mean, it's, you know, these that we've gotten in our energy kits are only $2 now, and they're up to about 90% more efficient than a 60-watt incandescent bulb. So it costs about $1 a year to run an LED. So you're seeing tremendous cost savings on just the operational cost, as well as the lifespan cost. So a typical incandescent lasts between 1 and 2 years, whereas an LED is somewhere between 25 and 30 years on the lifetime of the bulb. So,
oh, wow.
I mean,
for a $2 bulb?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you may be paying a little more up front, but you're only going to be buying a handful of bulbs in a lifetime of a home.
Oh, wow. Okay, so traditionally in a regular light bulb to one of these LED light bulbs, what's the cost in your energy bill?
Right, so, you know, like a standard 60-watt bulb is, you know, typically we say around $50 to $75 a year to run, and these LEDs are $1 to $2 a year.
I'm going to have to run to Walmart to get some of these today, or get them online.
No, you can get them at any. You can get them at Ace Hardware. You can get them at any of the bigger hardware stores in the area, and you can get them for really cheap. And that's a pretty recent thing. You know, LED bulbs used to be as
Very
expensive as you just said, as like $12 maybe 5 years ago. But really recently, not only has the price come down, but the quality has improved. Both the lifespan, the reliability, and also the color quality. They used to be this really terrible kind of like blue iridescent color, and now you can't really even tell the difference between one of these and a normal incandescent bulb.
And there are other ways to save energy. Obviously, lights are the primary source that we think of automatically, but what are other ways that we can save on our energy bill?
Absolutely. So, I mean, most utility, or not most, all utility bills are made up predominantly of actually heating and cooling cost. You know, when we come to our workshops, we actually walk through what the entire utility bill is made up of, and lights, the thing that we think of most often, is actually only about 12% of our utility bill. So heating and cooling makes up a tremendous cost. You know, cooking and plugins, you know, we talk a lot about vampire load, so that's just the idea that anything that's plugged in, even if it's not on and running, like your TV, DVD player, video game systems, coffee pots, you name it, is pulling a little bit of electricity all the time. So just unplugging things when you're not using them is a really easy behavioral thing. Like we already talked about hot water heaters and refrigerators, you know, keeping refrigerators full so they're running more efficiently, and keeping them clean so they're also running, you know, the coils aren't coated in dust and running inefficiently. So, I mean, there's a whole host of ways, and you know, we really focus on, with Empower, all the little things adding up and making that big difference.
And you do have a new program that is these new homes that are being built that are more energy efficient. Tell me about this net zero energy homes.
Yeah, so these homes are really intended to help drive market demand for market rate, high performance, and healthy homes. So people are building today at the same cost per square foot as we're building these homes that will produce as much energy as they consume. They use healthy materials that are locally sourced or recycled and are recyclable. Unfortunately, a lot of building products that we fill our homes with can cause all sorts of health conditions in terms of volatile organic compounds, phthalates, toxins, and we don't even know about it. It doesn't list that on the product.
So how do you guys go about making them energy efficient? You're saying there will be a zero cost on an energy bill?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And how do you go about doing this?
So you start with efficiency. So you create a really tightly sealed, well-insulated, what we call a thermal envelope. So the walls and the roof and the floors. And then you maximize the efficiency of the equipment that goes in it. So using ductless mini splits, for instance, for the mechanical system. And then after you've really maximized the efficiency, you look at renewable energy. So we put solar panels on, but we've already made it so efficient that we don't need to put many solar panels on to get to zero. But the first place that we start is using passive design, using the sun and the wind for free heating and free cooling to get us as far as we can.
It's amazing that that could be at regular market value for a home. So a lot of the homes that are being built that are not net zero then are just, in the long run, wasting your money. You're just really throwing your money out.
Yeah.
We thank you so much for coming, and I know you guys have a event coming up here soon.
Yeah.
Please tell us about that.
So our Rooftop Hop is our annual fundraising event. And tickets are on sale now for members and donors that support Green Spaces, because we are a nonprofit and we rely on that for our existence. But then on August 1st, any tickets that are left over, and there's only, I think, 150 left, will be available for the general public to buy.
Thank you so much for helping Chattanooga get a little greener every single day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
News 12 Now, keeping you ahead of the weather with Storm Team 12 forecasts. On air, online, and right to your Facebook page. Anytime, anywhere, rain or shine. Join us for Point of View, weekends on News 12 Now and Bounce Chattanooga.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling. Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Nayada Cancel, host and senior producer here on Point of View. You know, the truth is that there are a lot of single moms out there. Momentum with Kara Hicks is here. You know, you guys have dedicated yourselves to empower women and children through education. Yes. Why education?
Well, as a child of a single mom and a former single mom myself, I just really recognize the impact that education can have on someone's life. Not only does it impact the mother who is able to earn a living wage after receiving a bachelor's degree, or some associate's degrees can increase their living wage. It also impacts the child. A child of a mother who has received a college degree is more successful and less at risk. And so we really, some of the challenges of a single parent, there's a lot of challenges. And so we didn't know what to address except to start with education.
You guys were teaching them how to fish instead of giving them the fish.
Absolutely.
Basically, instead of giving them material resources, you're giving them the education to be able to get it themselves, correct?
Yeah, so they're going through college and we're coming alongside them. They've made the brave choice to go ahead and continue their education or to start their education, and we are coming alongside them to help them build momentum as they continue their education.
And you guys have a lot of different programs and resources within your project, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We're a nonprofit program, and our core program is called the Summit Leadership Development Program. And what we do with that program is bring moms into businesses and allow them to, first of all, network peer-to-peer, and then from there they can gain exposure to different businesses and learn from area leaders about topics that are relevant to them as emerging professionals. And so there's so many different layers to our program. While we have the moms there captive, we want to, the multi-generational approach is the most effective. So we teach our little leaders as well. They get to learn about a subject.
And the little leaders are the children?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. The children of the single moms that attend. And so the children are able to learn about a subject that is closely related to what the mom is learning about. And we also leave them with talking points so that we encourage connection with peers, connection with the peers of the children, as well as connection with the mom and the child afterwards.
And where do you guys meet normally?
Our Summit Leadership Development Program is held inside area businesses. We will turn conference rooms into camps, and so this past semester we went inside different area businesses, and that was an awesome experience.
And you rotate from month to month
yes.
at each meeting, correct?
Yes, and we're currently looking for hosts for next semester, which is really exciting, but over the last 2 semesters, moms have gained exposure to 12 different area businesses.
And where do you guys gather the moms? How does a mom get involved? How does she apply?
We have, in addition to our Summit Leadership Development Program, we also have a program called Mox Life Group. And we meet the first Friday and last Friday of each month. So we have one of those meetings coming up. And we've partnered with the Hub at the house across the street from the main entrance at UTC, and we're hosting that next meeting on August the 5th, and so moms can come from 6:30 to 8:30, and we're doing a study there, and so that's where you can come and meet. Otherwise, give us a call. We don't have a physical space right now, but we like to pride ourselves in meeting the moms where they're at, literally and physically. So if a mom has a need, we can set up a time to get together at a place that's convenient for her, even if it's her own home.
Say a single mom wants to join you. What is the application process to be able to join the group?
So there's no application process to come to the meetings. Any mom is welcome to come and take some time to gather, but we do have an additional program on top of our summit program. There's another layer to it. We are calling it our leadership cohort this semester. We provide unrestricted scholarships for moms who are interested in going to that next level and need, we provide an extra incentive with that. So moms can join the scholarship program. They can sign up to be a part of it, but we typically will pull from the moms who have participated the prior semesters.
Is that the Adopt a Scholar program? Or are we talking about two different things?
So back to school is coming up, and for single moms, a lot of them are purchasing school supplies for themselves as well as their children. So Adopt a Scholar is a program that we just launched where single moms can let us know. Most schools have specific supply lists, and so different folks have reached out before and said, hey, we want to help a single mom, and they'll purchase the supplies, but then we know that there's certain supplies that the teachers require, and so we're sharing the supply lists, and different groups can adopt a scholar and purchase those school supplies for the child.
You know, I don't have any children myself, but I have seen some of these lists, and they're quite lengthy.
Yes. Yeah.
And being a scholar myself, when I was going through college, I knew how expensive those textbooks and everything else I needed for college was.
Absolutely. So that's an expense, and the actual time that it takes to gather all of the relevant supplies can be just an extra challenge for a single mom. So we like to think of the challenges as opportunities to shine. And so for a group who wants to help out and see what it's like to be a mom for a little bit, different churches have reached out, and different individuals have said, hey, how can I help an individual mom? Think of it like a scavenger hunt. You can get a list and go to the store and get those supplies for the single mom, and for you it can be a fun experience, and for her it can be a tremendous load off of her plate because she's doing so many other things. So this is a fun way to get involved.
Do you guys keep the parent confidential, or do you guys offer a matching system?
This is our first time doing this, and so we're keeping the parent confidential at this point, but we do have specific supply lists. And if there's a single mom out watching this right now who says, hey, I would really need some help with that. If you're a single mom in college, let us know, and we'll try to match them up with someone who can help them out.
And what's the best way to contact you?
The best way to contact us is via email, info@themomentumnetwork.org, or you can check out our website, themomentumnetwork.org, or via phone at 423-521-0071.
Thank you so much, Kara Hicks.
Thank you, Nada.
It is so wonderful to have her here. And next, have you thought about pet fostering?
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
News 12 Now, keeping you ahead of the weather with Storm Team 12 forecasts. On air, online, and right to your Facebook page. Anytime, anywhere, rain or shine.
I'm Nyada Cancel here with Point of View. Many of us are pet owners, but have you ever thought about fostering a pet? Here from Mccamey Animal Center is Jamie. Jamie, how are you? You're the executive director of the Mccamey Animal Center, correct?
Correct.
And, you know, you can always adopt a pet.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always, have it, take it home with you, and it's all yours. But there's also pet fostering, correct?
Yes, and that's a big program that we have at Mccamey, and a lot of people don't know about it, and it's really a vital part of our program. So fostering is for a magnitude of animals from nursing kittens to senior pets like Val here. So yeah, the foster program gets animals out of our center. It gets some of the at-risk animals out of the center and provides them with the care that we couldn't possibly give them. The overnight care for nursing kittens, some of the animals that are rehabilitating from major surgeries, that have trauma. I mean, just a lot of different reasons foster care is beneficial.
Well, you brought Val with you. I've shortened her name to Val because what is her name again?
It's Valare.
Valare. And I was scared that I was not going to remember that. So, but Valare is adoptable.
Yeah, she is adoptable.
But she is also out for fostering, correct?
Yes, yep. She's an 8-year-old dog. Her owner is homeless and had to bring her in because they had no place for themselves, much less for Valare. So she came in. And what's great about a senior pet, though, is that they are ready-made. I mean, she's housebroken. I mean, what you see is what you get.
She's been in the studio for over half an hour, and I have not heard a peep from her yet. She's been very mild-mannered the entire time. This has been it. But the truth of the matter is that we have how many pets out on foster care right now?
Right now, we have over 100 animals in foster care.
Wow, that is such a large number. And,
it is.
A lot of people don't think of fostering a pet. Are they just dogs?
They're dogs and cats. And well, actually, I think we have a gerbil, and I think we have another exotic animal in foster care as well. But the foster program really helps to get animals out of a shelter that shouldn't be in a shelter anyway, because of what they're going through. And it can be temporary. It could be sometimes it's just for 4 days, or sometimes it's for 4 weeks. So I mean, it's really up to the foster parent. And it gets an animal adopted when it gets into a foster home. It makes them 10 times more likely to get adopted just being in a foster home.
So do adoption happen because of fostering?
Yeah, we call them foster failures. We
love it.
We actually discourage it because you can foster 10 animals and help 10 animals in 6 months. Whereas if you adopt one animal and then you can't foster anymore, then that's only one animal you can help.
So that is a fail for everyone involved then, right?
So we prefer that they don't, but we understand it. But often they get them adopted to friends and family.
How many times do you have someone that adopts a pet, that fosters an animal that comes back and fosters some more?
Oh, wait, quite a few of them are repeat fosters. Sometimes they'll take a break or whatever, but I mean, they're really good at it. Once you foster and you get good at it, you tend to get your animals adopted.
And what's
quickly.
the process?
They would come in, they'd fill out an application, go through an interview. We would talk about what is best for their home environment, because if they're not home all day, it's not going to work with a puppy or something like that.
Right.
But sometimes a senior dog just wants to sleep all day, so that would work out really well. So it's an interview application, and then we try to match them up.
And the truth is that you guys have taken a lot of homeless dogs in, or people, or dogs that have belonged to homeless individuals in, and have put them in foster care, correct?
Yep, we do that, and plus the injured animals.
How many animals do you guys have in the center altogether right now?
Right now we have just a little over 500 animals in the center, which is huge. It's probably one of the largest facilities with that kind of a population.
How many of those are ready to be adopted or fostered?
Approximately half of them, because when they come in, they have to be triaged. The medical aspect has to be done, and then the physical assessment, how they're going to interact with people, other animals, things like that. So about half of those animals are on the floor and ready for adoption.
How do you assist the foster parents?
Well, a number of things. Many of the foster parents actually provide the food themselves. If they can't provide the food, we will provide the food. We, of course, take care of all the medical needs of the animals, so they would bring them back to us for the vaccinations, any further follow-up. On our heartworm dogs that are going through heartworm treatment, our foster parents take a lot of those heartworm dogs, which is important, because going through that heartworm treatment, it's very difficult for them, and they have to have a quiet environment. So we do all the medical, the follow-ups, all that. They basically care for them, provide the love, and hopefully some exposure to the friends and family to get them adopted.
So for someone that has all the love to give, but not maybe all the resources to give,
we've got them.
You have the resources and you have the animals to give them love, so they can come foster a pet. And you guys rotate them in and out of these homes.
Yeah, we try to make sure, for fostering, you want it to predominantly be that one home, because the next step should be a real home. Yeah, a real home. So we like it that way. And so, but it also works for a lot of people, because Chattanooga has a lot of people visiting for 6 months to a year. They really aren't going to settle here because it's just for the job. So they miss their pets. So a lot of those people do come by and inquire about the foster program, and it's perfect for them, absolutely perfect.
I'm going to jump to the adoption, if you don't mind. To adopt a pet, how easy is it?
Well, it's easy and it's not. I mean, you know, some people, I've heard people say at the counter, well, I could adopt a child easier than this. And I'm thinking, well, that's not a very good adoption program. But you do have to, you go through an application, you go through an interview, and not every dog is perfect for a family. And the adoption counselors will try to match them with another dog that would be more perfect for them. So a lot of times we want to make sure that their adoption is a success story. And like the first time adopting family, we don't want to give them a dog that is really a experienced owner only type dog, because that could be a nightmare. So we work hard to get the right match.
You know, one of my favorite things about the Mccamey Center, well, I have many favorite things about the Mccamey Animal Center, but is that you guys have a little biography on the dog, of how he behaves, who a good match for him would be, what he or she likes to do, and you guys do that for cats as well. So, you know, if he deals well with children or with cats, how do you guys go about doing that?
Well, some of it we can garner from the family that brought it in, and some of it we have to get it just from what we've experienced in the center. So a lot of it is just what we see at that time. So it's not perfect, but it's all we've got. And much of it, I mean, you can spend an hour sometimes with a dog and have that dog totally read in that 1 hour, or a cat.
Well, I love it when it says, I'm an escape artist. You know? We know not to, you know, just open the door wide open.
Yeah, we've learned from a few of those. We had a goat like that.
You know, it's really hot outside.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is
what are good recommendations for your animals?
Well, right now, I mean, we want to make sure that any of the dogs that are kept outside, and a lot of the dogs are kept outside in the city of Chattanooga, is that to make sure that they have ample water, and that the water isn't 110 degrees. So they've got to change the water out frequently, keep it in the shade. You know, we suggest, you know, take a big bucket and bury it in the ground. It keeps it cooler and they can't spill it.
Okay.
Our biggest problem is when an owner puts a bowl of water out and a dog is on a chain, and that dog spills that water, and now he's got 8 hours to wait until that owner gets back. That dog could easily succumb to heat exposure and dehydration and die. I mean, in this type of weather, we're getting the calls. So we really want to encourage people, take all precautions, put 1,000,000 buckets out in that yard if you have to, but make sure your dog is not without water or not in the direct sun.
Well, we know Val is up for adoption and for fostering. We encourage you to visit the Mccamey Animal Center, but above all, be courteous to your pets. Treat them as your own family members. Remember, they are lives, and they do need water, and they do need to be fed, and they not only need loving, but they sure do give a lot of loving back. I'm Nyada Kinsell with Point of View. Please stay tuned for this week's promo on what happens next week.
Closed captioning provided by the following.
Funding for this program is brought to you by Barnett & Company, specializing in tax-efficient strategies for the preservation and distribution of family wealth, offering continuous investment management with a focus on long-term strategies. Areas of service include investment, estate, education, and retirement planning. Barnett & Company, the power of compound returns over time. More information can be found on the web at barnettandcompany.com.